The train for Iptiyang is now approaching the platform.
Hop on, everyone!
TGIF, everyone. Hello, and thank you for joining us right here on EB 트이는 영어. I am Jennifer Klein.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Yes, it is EB 트이는 영어 time once again. 안녕하세요. 저는 이연석입니다. You know, there are times when we just happen to run into somebody on the street, at the park, or anywhere. You're very surprised to see that person, and you may feel that you were lucky to bump into that person that day, that time.
You know, but for me, I'm pretty good with numbers, but I'm terrible with faces. There were many times where I actually bumped into someone on the street, at a restaurant, at a cafe.
But you didn't recognize them.
And I did not recognize them at first glance.
Right.
But they would actually come up to me and say, "Hey, Jen, wow, how have you been?" 아는 척을 하는데 I'm like, at first I'm like, "Hey, good to see you." And I'm thinking in my head, who is he? So, you know, you may come across a familiar face. You may recognize them at first glance, you may not. But anyway, the whole point is when you meet someone, by chance especially, it's great to do some catching up if you have time. You may talk over coffee, you know, over dinner, whatever, and talk about those moments, those past experiences.
True, if you bump into an old-time friend, you can talk about the good old days. It will be just like the good old times, as a matter of fact. 자, 예전에 뭐 알고 지내던 사람을 우연찮게 만난다든가 뭐 계획을 갖고 만난 게 아니라 그냥 뭐 우연찮게 마주친 거죠. 그럴 때 그 상황에 대한 이야기를 영어로 한번 풀어서 설명을 좀 해보도록 할게요. 오늘 주제입니다.
Let's talk about bumping into a friend.
Talk about when you bumped into a friend. I recently bumped into a friend on the street. I was walking to a store, and I saw a familiar face. It was an old school friend. We hadn't seen each other for a long time. Still, I recognized her at first glance, because she hadn't changed a bit. We went to a cafe and talked over coffee for a while. It was just like old times. We did a lot of catching up. We gossiped about childhood friends. It really made us feel nostalgic. After a while, I had to leave because I had to get somewhere. We promised to touch base again later on.
자, 이럴 때 써야 되는 좋은 표현 많네요. 자, 첫 번째 표현이 bump into, run into somebody. 두 가지 표현만 있으면 우연찮게 누굴 마주치다 라고 할 때 그 상황이 표현이 되겠죠. I recently bumped into a friend on the street. Okay. B-U-M-P, bump란 건 부딪히다라는 얘기죠. I bumped into the wall. 그죠? 야, 너 머리 이마에 혹 왜 난 거니? 나 벽에 부딪혔어. I bumped into the wall. Bump into. 근데 이제 부딪히다라는 게 사람하고도 이게 웬일이에요? 여기 웬일이에요? 이런 식으로 이제 마주치는 거잖아요. 그러니까 우연찮게 누구를 만나다가 bump into 사람입니다. Let's do it.
I recently bumped into a friend on the street.
Good.
I was walking to a store and I saw a familiar face.
Okay, this word, we all know what it means, but it's hard to pronounce.
It is. It's tricky.
Familiar.
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 자, 살짝만 주고 milliar 이렇게 발음하시면 돼요. Familiar. Familiar. 낯이 익은이라는 얘기고 반대말이 있죠. Unfamiliar.
Yes.
Unfamiliar. That's unfamiliar. 그럼 왠지 좀 낯설다. 그죠? 자, 낯이 익은 얼굴이 딱 보이는 겁니다. 저 친구 혹시 옛날 그 친구 아닌가? Familiar. I saw a familiar face. 다시 한번 해볼게요.
I was walking to a store and I saw a familiar face.
face 하니까 생각이 나는데 아까 제임 선생님도 사람 얼굴을 잘 못 알아본다. Sometimes you may not recognize a person's face.
Yes.
You can know a person by face, but not by name sometimes. 예를 들어 그 친구 내 이름은 아는데 얼굴은 몰라. I know him by name, but not by face.
Yes.
Or I know him by face. 얼굴은 아는데, but I don't know his name. Or I don't know him by name. By face 하면 얼굴 안다 이렇게도 쓸 수 있겠죠. Okay.
It was an old school friend.
아, 학교 친구를 그냥 school friend라고 영어에서도
School
하는군요.
friend, yes.
He's an old school friend. 옛날에 같이 학교 다녔던 친구야. Old school friend 이런 식으로. 오케이?
We hadn't seen each other for a long time.
과거 완료 시제죠. had plus pp. We hadn't seen each other for a long time. 오랫동안 못 봤었다. 대과거를 나타낼 때 쓰는 표현이죠. One more time.
We hadn't seen each other for a long time. Still, I recognized her at first glance, but she hadn't changed a bit. So, to recognize someone at first glance, that's the instant you see someone. At first glance. It doesn't mean that you're staring at someone, studying a situation, perhaps, spending a lot of time trying to figure out who he or she is. But if you say at first glance, you're saying at that very instant, that very moment.
첫눈에죠, 첫눈에.
Yes.
그러니까 예를 들어서, 야, 내가 그거 있잖아. 그거 보자마자 내가 사고 싶어서. I wanted to buy it at first glance. At first glance. 이 glance라고 하는 단어가 G-L-A-N-C-E. 힐끗 보는 거잖아요.
Yes.
보자마자 at first glance 보자마자 누군지 딱 알아봤어요.
I fell in love with him at first glance.
Love at first sight.
Love at first sight.
그렇죠. 보자마자 사랑에 빠졌다. I recognized her at first glance because she hadn't changed a bit. 이 부분도요.
She hadn't changed a bit. Meaning she hadn't changed at all. She looked exactly the way she looked years ago.
That's right. 자, 이것도 과거 완료죠. 전혀 변하지 않았었다. 그러니까 친구 만나면 you haven't changed a bit. You have not changed a bit인데 이건 지금 과거에서 더 과거로 가는 상황이기 때문에 많이 변하지 않았었다. 요거에서 she had not changed a bit. 과거 완료 시제죠, 이건요. 다시 한번 she hadn't changed a bit. 시작.
She hadn't changed a bit.
한 번 더 해볼게요.
She hadn't changed a bit.
하나도 안 변했었더라고요. Okay.
We went to a cafe and talked over coffee for a while.
Okay. Talk over coffee.
Yes, talk over coffee, meaning we talked while having coffee.
You can talk over dinner.
Yes.
You can talk over lunch.
Talk over drinks.
Hey, let's talk over some drinks.
Yes.
Let's talk over lunch. 우리 점심 먹으면서 얘기하자. 커피가 가장 일반적이니까 talk over coffee 하면 over, 이제 커피를 마시는 거 위로 대화가 왔다 갔다 한다고 생각하시면 될 것 같아요. 그래서요, we went to a cafe and talked over coffee for a while. 옛날 생각이 좀 났다 이런 얘기 좀 해볼까요?
It was just like old times.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
It was just like old times. 그냥 예를 들어 친구한테 야, 우리 오랜만에 친구들 다 모이자. 옛날처럼 말이야. Hey, let's all get together. Just like old times.
Sure.
Just like old times. 그냥 던지시면 돼요. 그러면 옛날에 우리가 그랬었던 것처럼 이렇게 the old times. It was just like old times. S. 다시 한번요.
It was just like old times. We did a lot of catching up. To catch up, do some catching up. It means to talk about, what you've been up to, what has happened to you and the other person. Things you haven't really been able to have the time to talk about.
Sure.
So to do some catching up basically means to talk about this and that that's new to you.
자, 그래서 오랜만에 이제 밀린 이야기를 좀 한다는 얘기죠.
Yes.
We did a lot of catching up. 오랜만에 밀린 이야기했다. 뭐 친척들하고 오랜만에 만나서 이런저런 살아가는 얘기를 다 했다. We did a lot of catching up의 강세입니다. catch up도 구동사니까 catch up. 다시 한 번만 해볼게요. 큰 소리를 따라해 보세요.
We did a lot of catching up.
One more time.
We did a lot of catching up.
We did a lot of catching up. Okay? All right.
We gossiped about childhood friends.
그냥 talked about 해도 되는데
Sure.
gossip 하면 어떤 느낌인가요?
Gossip. Well, a talk can be a serious talk. You can talk about heavy topics, heavy issues, serious issues. But when you gossip about something or someone, you're having a very light conversation, a very casual conversation.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about her? Did you hear about him? This has happened. That's happened. It's not really important. Like small talk.
small talk.
Yeah.
그냥 뭐 수다를 떨었다는 얘기죠. gossip 자체가 일단은 뭐 가십이라고 하잖아요, 우리도요.
Yeah.
가십거리처럼 이렇게 수다를 떤다든가 그런 얘기인데 동사로도 쓸 수가 있습니다. 그래서 we gossiped about childhood friends. 예전에 알고 지냈던 친구들에 대해서 이런저런 수다도 떨고 뭐 그랬다.
Yeah.
그 친구 요즘 뭐 하냐, 저 친구 요즘 뭐 하냐, 그 친구 되게 잘 됐대더라 뭐 이런 거 있잖아요.
Yes.
So we gossiped about childhood friends. G-O-S-S-I-P. 자, 그랬더니 정말 옛날 생각이 나고 그러더라고요. 향수가 느껴졌다.
It really made us feel nostalgic.
nostalgia가 향수죠, 향수. I feel nostalgic 하면 약간 옛 생각이 난다는 얘기죠. Nostalgic, nostalgic 발음 도와주세요.
Nostalgic.
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 Feel nostalgic. 자, 그러다 보니 옛날 얘기 막 하다 보니 옛 추억이 그리워졌습니다. One more time.
It really made us feel nostalgic.
Okay.
After a while, I had to leave because I had to get somewhere.
자, 이제 좀 얘기 좀 하다가 어디 가야 돼서 제가 일찍 좀 일어났습니다. So, they couldn't talk for a long time.
No.
뭐 어쨌든 금방 좀 가야 됐어요. After a while, I had to leave. I had to leave. 떠나야 됐다. Because I had to get somewhere. Why are you in such a rush? Oh, I have to get somewhere. I have to get somewhere right now. 지금 어디 가야 된다.
So, for those of you that are wondering, why is it not I had to go somewhere? Why is it get somewhere? Now, get here means to arrive.
Sure.
So, if you have an appointment or, if you made plans to meet someone at a certain time, now I have to get there. I have to get there now.
Arrive.
Meaning, I have to arrive there now.
go가 약간 출발의 느낌이 강하다면
Yeah.
get은 도착의 느낌이 훨씬 강하죠. 그래서 call me when you get home. Call me when you go home이 아니라 call me when you get home이 더 정확하겠죠.
Yes.
집에 갈 때 전화해라가 아니라 집에 도착해서 전화하라는
When you
얘기가.
arrive at home.
go가 출발의 느낌, get은 약간 도착의 느낌. 그래서 call me when you get home. 이게 좀 더 확실한 느낌이겠죠.
Yeah.
오케이, 자 나중에 한번 또 얼굴 보자고 얘기했습니다.
We promised to touch base again later on.
Okay, where does this come from? Touch base.
Touch base? Ball game?
Yeah, I think baseball.
Baseball?
First base, second base, third base. 야구 용어죠 어떻게 보면. 야구 베이스에서 만나다. 베이스를 만지다라는 주자가요. 막 뛰어가서 이제 세이프가 돼야 되잖아요.
Yeah.
그러니까 룰을 만지는 거니까 결국 만난다는 얘기를 이렇게 많이 쓰죠.
Yeah, to talk to someone or to even meet up, yeah?
Sure. So this is what we call baseball lingo. A lot of expressions in English come from
Come from
baseball.
baseball?
Right?
Yeah.
그래서 touch base 그러면 뭔가 서로 이렇게 만나다 얼굴을 보다라는 얘기로 touch base 1루, 2루, 3루를 first base, second base라고 하잖아요. 그러니까 그 베이스를 만지다, 만나다는 얘기예요. So we promised to touch base later on. 야, 우리 이러지 말고 얼굴이나 한번 보자. Hey, let's touch base sometime. 그런 표현 쓰면 되게 영어 잘하시는 거예요.
Yeah.
그런 비유적인 수거 혹은 관용구를 쓰신다는 얘기니까.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's do that one more time.
Okay. We promised to touch base again later on. Let's have a listen one more time.
Talk about when you bumped into a friend. I recently bumped into a friend on the street. I was walking to a store, and I saw a familiar face. It was an old school friend. We hadn't seen each other for a long time. Still, I recognized her at first glance, because she hadn't changed a bit. We went to a cafe and talked over coffee for a while. It was just like old times. We did a lot of catching up. We gossiped about childhood friends. It really made us feel nostalgic. After a while, I had to leave because I had to get somewhere. We promised to touch base again later on.
Okie dokie, we're on pages 64 and 65. 우연찮게 누구를 만났다 가장 중요한 동사부터 다시 한번 연습합시다. Bump into.
I bumped into a friend.
One more time.
I bumped into a
자,
friend.
여러분 하실 때까지 저희도 계속 할게요. 자, 해보세요. I bumped
into a friend.
I bumped into a friend.
I bumped into a friend.
아, 우리 학교 선생님하고 우연찮게 마주쳤어요.
I bumped into an old teacher.
자, I bumped into an old teacher. I bumped into my teacher. 아, 나 옛날에 사귀던 그 친구하고 오늘 우연찮게 마주쳤어요.
I bumped into my ex.
I bumped into my ex.
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend 줄여서 남녀 그냥 공용으로 그냥 ex 하면 되겠죠. 전전 남친 이런 건 어떻게 하냐면요. ex-boyfriend 두 번 써주시면 돼요. 정 그런 얘기를 할 이유가 있으시다면 my ex-girlfriend 전전 여자친구. 오케이, 전 남자친구 마주치고 싶지 않다 해볼게요. I don't want to.
I don't want to bump into my ex-boyfriend.
See, sometimes you kind of get into a relationship in the same company or in the same school, in the same department, and you have to bump into each other all the
Because
time.
you have mutual friends.
Yeah, and if you work together at a certain location,
Yeah.
you're bound to bump into each other from time to time. And it can be very uncomfortable. In that case, you can say, oh, I don't want to bump into my ex. 마주치고 싶지 않다. 자, 어제 우연치 않게 마주쳐서 반가웠다. I was happy to.
I was happy to bump into her yesterday.
그냥 어제 그 잠깐 얼굴 봐서 좋았어요. Hey, it was good to bump into you yesterday.
Sure.
많이 듣거든요, 저도. 뭐 어제 봐서 우연찮게 봐서 반가웠다. At first glance, 한눈에 보자마자.
I recognized her at first glance.
한눈에 알아봤습니다.
I recognized her at first glance.
I could see that the watch was very expensive at first glance. 보자마자 야, 저 시계 되게 비싸겠다 이런 느낌이 들었다. At first glance. 어떻게 한눈에 딱 알아볼 수 있니?
How can you know at first glance?
보자마자 어떻게 알아? One more time.
How can you know at first glance?
자, 첫눈에도 영화가 재밌을 거라는 생각이 들었다. 그 트레일러라고 하죠. 예고편 보자마자 야, 이 영화 이거 대박이네 이거. 이런 느낌.
At first glance, I could tell the movie would be fun.
Just like old times. 과거로 돌아간 기분이 들었다. 한번 해볼까요?
Talking to her was just like old times.
옛날 생각이 났다. 옛날과 똑같았다라는 얘기죠. Seeing you again
Seeing you again was just like old times.
was just like old times. Was just like old times. One more time.
Seeing you again was just like old times.
그 옛날에 다니던 학교 가보면 뭐 한 20년 뒤에 가보면 야, 옛날에 내가 여기서 운동장에서 뛰어놀고 그랬었는데 그대로 기억이 나잖아요. It was just like old times.
It was just like old times when we visited our school.
저도 최근에 올해 초에 학교에 특강을 갔어요. 고등학교
I see.
모교에 초청을 받아가지고 이제 한 20년 후배들한테 강의를 하는데 물론 학교가 워낙 많이 변해서 옛날 학교 같지는 않던데 그래도 그 공간이 기억이 나더라고요.
Yeah,
It was just like old times for me too. 자, 65페이지에 Do a lot of catching up. 밀린 이야기를 실컷 하다.
We did a lot of catching up. We did a lot of catching up.
We did a lot of catching up. Okay. 자, 우리 밀린 이야기를 좀 주고받을 시간이 없었다. We didn't have time.
We didn't have time to do a lot of catching up. We didn't have time to do a lot of catching up.
다음에 다시 만났을 때 우리 밀린 이야기를 실컷 했습니다. We did a lot of catching up the next time we met.
One more time. We did a lot of catching up the next time we met.
그때 못했지만 그 다음에 했다는 얘기죠.
Yes.
The next time we met. 그때 우리가 즐거운 이야기를 좀 나눴습니다. 오케이. touch base 오늘 마지막 표현인데요. 이 표현도 상당히 여러분이 유용하게 써보셨으면 좋겠어요. 만난다는 얘기입니다.
We promised to touch base. We promised to touch base.
저 이거 많이 씁니다. 우리 얼굴 좀 봐요. 조만간에 한번 봐요.
Let's touch base soon.
One more time.
Let's touch base soon.
해보세요, 여러분. One more time.
Let's touch base soon.
Good. 자, 그는 나에게 만나자고 전화를 했다.
He called me because he wanted to touch base. He called me because he wanted to touch base.
Great job, everyone.
Expression of the day. It was great to bump into you today.
Same here.
I have to go now. Bye.
I'll see you around.
자, 이제 인사하는 방법 중에 여러 가지가 있는데요. 뭐 또 봐요, 뭐 이런 얘기죠.
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
I'll see you around.
I'll see you again도 좋지만, hey, I'll see you around. 뭐 언젠가 또 얼굴 봐요.
Yeah.
그런 얘기죠. 그래서 예를 들어서 오늘 이렇게 우연찮게 얼굴 봐서 좋았습니다. 할 때 It was great to bump into you today. 마지막에 이제 헤어질 때 하는 인사거든요, 이게요.
Yeah.
그걸 한번 넣어볼게요, 그 문장도.
It was great to bump into you today.
오늘 얼굴 봐서 좋았어요. One more time.
It was great to bump into you today.
It was great to bump into you today. Bump into. bump의 P가 into에 이제 엮이면서 bump into 약간
That's
이렇게
right.
들려요. 여러분들 그렇게 해보세요.
Bump into.
bump into.
Bump into.
또 봐요. I'll see you around. 오늘 표현입니다.
Okay, here we go. 3 times. I'll see you around.
I'll see you